Hi, Dr. Raiszadeh here, talking about a very important part of your spine health, and that is sitting posture. It's very important because we all do probably too much of it, and it's important to be very cognizant of the posture and how you can protect your spine with different positioning techniques. Your spine has a normal curvature in the lower portion called the lordosis. This is a very protective portion of your curve. And the problem with prolonged sitting is we start getting in this C-type posture because we start slouching in our chairs over time. So that is the key posture to try to avoid. And the way to do that is first to start with rotating your pelvis in a more anterior direction. So that would be this way. So what that automatically does is it lets that normal curvature occur in the low back. I'll demonstrate this posture first by sitting on the edge of my chair. And you could do this at the edge of your chair or on a Swiss ball. And what you're doing here is you want your pelvis to, again, be in a position that's rotated this direction anteriorly. So what that does is it allows that lower curvature, that lower lordosis to be created. So if you sit at the edge of your chair or on a Swiss ball, you can keep that posture that then creates the base, and the rest of your posture aligns as long as you then do a couple other things with your shoulders. One of the habits we all have is as we're sitting, we start rotating our shoulders forward and stooping our head forward. You've got to realize that to sit correctly, the ear has to line up with the shoulder, has to line up with the pelvis. So the way to do that is to rotate your shoulders back and down, almost like you're putting them in your back pocket. Do that on each side, and then tuck your chin in so that everything is lined up in a line. So you start with the pelvis first, with that anterior rotation, then shoulder, shoulder, then chin tuck. For more prolonged sitting, where you want to sit all the way back in your chair, there's a couple nice techniques to allow that posture to be maintained easily. And one is to sit, push yourself all the way into the back of your seat. You can almost also pick up your buttock cheeks so that you really tuck yourself into the base of your chair. Then when you sit up, you see almost naturally how everything laid back. All I had to do was sit back and my whole posture opened up. And that's the easiest way to maintain it. You don't want to be forcing this upright posture because you can't do it. You'll start slipping. If you start with a nice stable base, everything lines up a lot better, and then you can do your shoulders like we talked about earlier, and your chin tuck. And you can maintain this for a long time very easily. And you can do one other step that is helpful in providing a little traction to your spine. And this is called stretch sitting, where you kind of flatten your low back like this and you pull up on your chair a little bit. And you let this top portion of your back hold on to the chair. So then in this posture, when you do that and you flatten out your back, as you sit, it provides a little traction on your low back too. So I would suggest you get in this posture, push yourself back, get your buttocks in the right position, sit up, rotate your shoulders back, get your chin tuck, and you may have to adjust this every 20 minutes to half an hour, but it's a perfect posture to maintain that will be sustainable because you're not holding it in that position. The last piece of the posture that's very important, because we all sit near computers, is how your shoulders and elbows are positioned and how your monitor is positioned in relation to your eyes. You should have it, and hopefully most people have seats that are adjustable, but you want your seat to be so that your elbow is in a 90-degree position and that your wrist is nice and neutral, in a neutral posture. And the second thing is to make sure that your computer is at eye level. And that's sometimes hard when you're working on a laptop. So maybe getting a extra keyboard could be helpful, or an extra screen, either way, so that you maintain this straight posture with the elbows and a direct posture with your eyes, so you're not having to look either down or up or side to side. You also don't want your monitor to be over to the side, so you're typing like this and looking over to a monitor on your right or to your left. Hopefully that's helpful to maintain great sitting posture for your ultimate best health.